It's alive! Alive! No, I didn't die, guys. I just took a little temporary hiatus and I'm back now. But the real problem is, I don't remember how to play this game. Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastic Division gameplay commentary. Ooh, it feels so good to say that again. We've got a lot to cover today. I've got a lot of speculations. I've got some news to dibble-dabble over. But mainly, I want to talk about survival. I want to talk about the Dark Zone. I want to talk about World Tier 5, expectations, the Dark Zone brohemes, and the current endgame in this meta. And last but not least, I've got some last stand rumors and speculations to cover at the end of the video. So everybody, kick your feet up, crack open your favorite beverage. Let's get started. Warning, this is my first time playing the Division, let alone playing inside of the Dark Zone. I'm a little weary. I'm a little nervous. I came in here solo, hoping to find a few agents to run around with. And fortunately for me, I did. These three agents, they carry their balls in a wheelbarrow. You're about to see a lot of that coming up here in just a little bit. So go ahead, enjoy the B-roll. Now let's officially get started with, I want to do a quick cover of Survival. Okay, this new Survival DLC breakdown. Obviously, we don't have it for the PlayStation 4. And obviously, some of you don't even have it for the Xbox One. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a strength error. The servers just can't hold it. There's no issues going on over on the PC as far as I know. There's a lot of issues going on the Xbox One. And I just wanted to quickly say that I'm actually kind of grateful that they delayed the PS4 DLCs by 1 month, because in that 4 weeks, all of these hiccups, all of these glitches, everything can be notarized and fixed tentatively before it's ultimately and inevitably released on the PlayStation 4 platform. So I tip my hat off to you, Massive, for making us wait 30 days so all of the glitches and bugs can be ironed out by the time we get our product. Thank you. Now, real quick, if you don't know what's going on in Survival, we're just going to do this real quick. It's a live or die mode. You know, it uses the entire map of New York City. It's up to 24 players, and this is all at a time. Now, as the trailer suggested, players are flying into New York City to acquire these resources that could help save the city and find a cure for the disease that killed millions of New Yorkers. Now, suddenly, the helicopters, it gets blown down, you crash, you're all separated, you have no radar, you barely have a HUD, and your ultimate goal is to not freeze to death, do not starve to death, do not die of death. Make your ass way to the center of the Dark Zone, or I think it's typically up in Dark Zone 6. That's where you're going to find the cure, grab the cure, hit your extract, and get the hell out of there. Now, there's a lot more going into the Survival DLC than what I just quickly explained in 25 seconds. But yes, you know, just the winter storm. I don't know if you guys have been watching any of the footage on YouTube, but the storm is nuts. I mean, I'm a big fan. When I first started playing the Division, when it first came out, I'm talking alpha and beta, I was always a big fan of the weather dynamics, the weather physics, just that blizzard that you can't see 15 feet in front of you. That makes for a very, very intense experience when it comes to engagements with non-hostile PvP or PvE enemies. Now, the expansion release date for the PlayStation 4 is coming out right before Christmas, guys. So everybody, you know, don't get your panties in a bundle. Everybody just relax, sit down, have a cup of cocoa, and relax. It comes out on December 20th. We'll have plenty of time to play it over our holiday break, especially for all of you kiddos out there. Now, as far as this Survival goes, I don't know if you've ever played H1Z1 with the Battle Royale. Everybody's pitted up against each other. You could be friendly, you could be foe, and you make it to the center and ultimately be the last one standing. That's what's going on in Survival. However, you can do this in PvE and PvP. Now, finally, I've been preaching about this for probably the better half of 4 or 5 months. You need, especially with the Dark Zone, you need a PvE, PvP option. Now, I don't think we're going to get that for the Dark Zone, but seeing that they implemented it for survival makes me a little bit hopeful. Okay, I'm a little hopeful that they're going to integrate the same exact PvE, PvP option filter for the Dark Zone. If they don't do it, I don't understand why they don't. I really don't. Unless you really want people to seriously go into the Dark Zone and just get fed up. If that's your ultimate goal, then good. And it kind of, and now that I think about it, I guess it is. Because with the new open world tier system, you have these open world bosses, okay, that you can go and you know, pretty much farm. You can farm these open world bosses. So it's essentially like Dark Zone, but not as good of loot. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. It may here in just a few minutes. But this new open world tier 5, everything's going to be over level 34. Okay, this is going to be nuts. You're going to need a squad. You're going to need a group to run open world PvE playing. Now this is good. This is really, really good, because if there's anything I enjoy more, it's running around with the Broheems inside of the Dark Zone. And speaking of the Broheems, yes, folks, the Broheems are coming back. And I mean that with sincerity. This weekend, we're going to have a live stream. We're going to try and put together a gear up weekend, a hashtag get that loot, if you would say. That's kind of my thing, hashtag get that loot. And we're going to do a gear up kind of weekend this weekend. And, you know, if you're on the PlayStation 4, hit me up on Twitter over at JPot Gaming. You can follow us there for alerts, updates when we go live, etc., etc. So, yes, the Broheems are back. We're all very, very excited. I know Mad Duckets is. One thing, however, is like you're watching right now, the Dark Zone. I don't know if that's the best place to get the loot anymore. Okay, I really don't. You know, everybody keeps saying incursions. Okay, especially Marcos is preaching, very, very stern. He's preaching that Falcon Lost is the best place to get loot. Okay, it's the best place to get loot. But a lot of that loot came in the fashion of tactician pieces. Let's talk quickly about some gear. Okay, earlier you heard me mention that I completely tore down all of my gear. I did. I wrecked everything. I started from the ground up. Currently, as it stands, I have a 4-piece striker build and a 2-piece final measure with 51% mitigation. I also have a 4-piece sentry, 2-piece alpha bridge, and savage gloves. And then my third build, I have 4-piece final measure and 2-piece tactician. Now, everybody keeps telling me, get rid of the tactician. Skill power, it's a waste of time. You have to have like 150,000 skill power if you even remotely want to do anything significant. And that's a shame. That's a shame. And because pretty much all 3 of my builds were skill builds before 1.4 and the upcoming 1.5. And now I'm hearing that skill's pretty much out the window and DPS is in again. I don't know if that's entirely true, but I'm starting to find out the hard way that it is. It is true. So as far as the current endgame meta goes, there really isn't an endgame. The only endgame as it stands right now is to get more loot. Is to ultimately build the perfect build. Does that make any sense? Even though I said build twice? But pretty much the endgame is to perfect the best build that you can ultimately perfect. And right now I'm working on 3 of them, and it's starting to become a pain in the ass. I can't get my armor mitigation over 51%. Jesus Christ, man, this is difficult. And I mean, this new beta, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just literally thumbing assholes and twiddling thumbs all damn day. Alright, now it's probably time for us to go ahead and start wrapping it up. I don't want to take up any more of your time than what I already have. But before we go, let's go ahead and run over some rumors that I've been coming across about the upcoming Last Stand DLC expansion slated, here it is folks, spring of 2017. Everybody, as it stands now, it's supposed to be early 2017, but I got a source telling me it's going to be for sure in the first quarter of 2017. So January, February, March, April. That's no later than, you know, April, if you think about it. So spring, no later than spring of 2017 and we're going to have it. Now, some of the rumors that I've been coming across on how this is exactly going to play out. Now, there is the long rumor that everybody's still waiting for. It's the Riker Island 8-man group activity raid, essentially. We're not going to call it a raid because it's not a raid. We're just going to call it an 8-man group activity. But essentially, it'd be the equivalent to Destiny's The Raid. Now, that has been going around the grapevine for the better half of 7 months, and we have yet to hear anything nor denied on that information. So we're not going to completely count out the Riker Island 8-man group activity raid, but this new rumor I've been hearing is obviously because of the image of the Last Stand DLC thumbnail. It shows a skull over the Statue of Liberty's face, okay? And essentially, this is illustrating that it is going to be on Liberty Island, considering that, like I said, the skull in place of the Statue of Liberty's face. Now, is that going to be a group activity, or is that going to be just another incursion? Now, here's where the speculation comes in. I think we're finally going to be getting what we've been asking for. Now, Bungie, I don't know how they did it, but they are infamously and world-renownedly known for how they have done their group activities. And the Division just can't seem to get it right. Okay, they just great potential with the Clear Sky and the Falcon Lost and all the incursions. But unfortunately, a lot of people are thinking that this Final Stand is just going to be another incursion. I do not think so. I don't think so. And I feel very, very strongly about this because we have our incursions. There's enough incursions to go around, but they need something with a bang. They need something to go out and have people talking and still playing their game for the next 6 months. I think we're going to get what we've been asking for. An 8-man, a 6-man, it would make more sense 8, but yes, a group activity. And whether it's going to be on Riker Island, whether it's going to be on Liberty Island, I don't know all the information for that yet. Obviously, it's still rumored, so take everything I've just said with a big-ass piece of salt there, grain of salt, piece of salt, whatever the hell you want to call it. But yeah, Last Stand, it is coming out no later than spring, folks. So we only have 4 months. We have 4 months to play survival and then to ultimately get burned out. And then by that time, booyah, Final Stand. It's out. Here's the new trailer, yada, yada, yada. So I'm really looking forward to that. And, you know, I haven't even played survival yet, but I already know what to expect. What the hell are we going to get with this new 1.6, okay? Because 1.5 is out. It's coming out for PS4 just a couple of days, and the gear score cap has been increased. There's a slew of changes going around in the game. None of that pertains to the PlayStation 4 right now as it stands. Like I said, we'll get our update here in a day or two. So yeah, pretty much save all of your money, save all of your Phoenix credits. Save, save, save. Don't worry about your sealed caches. You can go ahead and get rid of those. They are not going to transfer over to the new gear score cap. Hamish has already confirmed that. Now, let's go ahead and wrap up today's video. So what did we all cover today? Survival Breakdown, PS4 December 20th release date, the new World Tier 5 that's coming out in 1.5, Dark Zone. It still needs fixed. I don't know if it still needs fixed or if that's just how it's going to be. But in my opinion, I think it'd be a whole lot more fun with your buddies and your fellow brohemes with a PvE PvP filter that's been implemented in survival. I think it should be implemented in the Dark Zone. Now, as far as the Dark Zone brohemes go, like I said, subscribe now. Follow us over on Twitter at the Dark Zone brohemes on Twitter, or you can follow me at JPot Gaming. And the current end game and how there is the lack there is of the current end game. And last but not least, Last Stand, rumor, release date, and speculations. We covered a lot today, guys. Jesus Christ, it's almost 15 minutes. 15 minutes is way too long for a video. I sincerely apologize about that. I'll try not to let it happen again. We just had too much to talk about, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the kick-ass Dark Zone PvP B-roll action. We got some loot and we got it extracted. Hit that subscribe button and please hit the indicator of the upward thumb. I would greatly appreciate it. It really motivates me to put out some more Division content. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.